Entity 303 is a creepypasta story first mentioned by the user TheSpeed179 that tells the tale of a group of friends who got more than they bargained for while playing Minecraft. One of the more tech-savvy friends in the group sets up a server for his friends and himself, and they all hop in and start building a variety of things together. But this is where it starts to take a dark turn. According to the story, the friends noticed that on the server a strange message had appeared from a new user simply named 303. The stop command had been typed in by this mysterious player, but nothing else happened. Some of the friends in the group began to freak out and became concerned, but after double and triple checking, they were able to confirm that there was in fact no one else on the server, and that it had probably just been a glitch. Suddenly though, more commands started pouring onto the screen, with the 301 character spawning multiple objects to which the friend group was not aware of what they were. One of them was even able to, out of the corner of their eyes, notice a strange and mysterious figure off in the distance simply staring at them on the server. And on their Skype call, they all started to theorize about what was actually happening. But it was at this moment that a strange new man joined the Skype call with a blacked out face and distorted speech. Most of the friend group immediately screamed and left, all but one, simply being told the phrase, "Make a wish." The boys' computers started to exhibit signs of being hacked, and they all agreed to stop playing as the whole ordeal with this mysterious hacker had really freaked them out. Sadly though, this was not the end of the road for this friend group, as soon they started being watched in real life as well, with multiple in the group receiving notes or finding writing in their mirrors that simply said, "Make a wish." Shortly after, all of the boys went missing. Some in the Minecraft community to this day believe that Entity 303 is still somewhere out there, searching for its next victim, hiding in the shadows. And coincidentally, all of those people are under the age of 10. The golden apple is one of the rarest and most sought after items in the entirety of Minecraft. Rumored to only drop upon killing Notch's player character, these golden fruits restore a bunch of health and can be used in some of the rarest crafting recipes. But the story of how this apple was actually added to the game is where the real interesting lore begins. You see, back during the very beginning of Minecraft, in its infancy stages, the game had no dedicated multiplayer yet. Rather, players would host and join their own servers that all had a variety of issues, including non-stop griefing, no world backups, and hacking. All of this began to change though, thanks to one exceptionally skilled coder who went by the name JTE. She had spent countless hours reverse engineering the codebase for Minecraft and its server-side calls, which had been obfuscated by Notch to protect his intellectual property. And over time, JTE was able to create new servers and plugins that allowed Minecraft community members to more easily create and join multiplayer games. These servers included things like automatic backups, name color changes, and JTE even created her very own Spleef server, which was a popular Minecraft minigame to play with friends at the time. But for a first in Minecraft's history, this Spleef server would be automatically reset at the conclusion of each game, instead of forcing players to manually rebuild every block to play again on the server. In many ways, JTE spawned the beginning of true Minecraft multiplayer, and she even created multiple advancements in the game's engine that Minecraft would later go on to use in its own standalone multiplayer. However, you may be wondering why almost no one in the community talks about JTE anymore. You would think for such an influential figure, more players would revere her. Sadly, the reason for this is that JTE and some of the Minecraft forum moderators started to butt heads, with many claiming that she was stealing from the work of Notch and unfairly leading players to her servers instead of the new ones that Notch was working on. This resulted in many threats and bans, and even JTE herself making long posts about how she had done nothing wrong. Most of the community did back her, but also some felt she was wrong at the same time. This eventually pushed JTE to stop working on her updates, even though Notch himself was a fan. Where the golden apples come into play though, is after JTE did stop working on her server-side code, she still had not lost her love for the game, and created a website that would show players crafting recipes for the new crafting feature that was just being added into the game. Another idea that she came up with before Notch, adding crafting books into the game only later after this website was up. And as a joke on the website, JTE said to find apples, an item that was recently removed from the game, you had to kill Notch himself. And that to make a golden apple, all you had to do was surround that apple with 8 gold ingots. These were two obvious jokes, but as a token of his appreciation, Notch did in fact, in a future patch, add both of these features to the game. and this resulted in the golden apples being some of the most rare and sought after items in the entire game, spawning entire series where big influencers in the Minecraft community would hunt for their very own golden apple. In 2018, Microsoft hosted the Marlowe event, otherwise known as Multi-Agent Reinforcement Learning in Minecraft. The goal was for participants to create rudimentary artificial intelligence that could do small tasks in Minecraft like crafting items, killing sheep, etc., etc. And while the event itself was somewhat of a success, nothing truly big came out of it, besides one coder who created an army of AI to chase chickens. Some in the Minecraft community believe that something much crazier occurred at this event though. You see, what originally was talked about a lot by Microsoft turned out to be a pretty low-key thing, and it wasn't talked about much at all after the fact. Almost like they were hiding something. Could it be that one of the contestants in this Marlowe event had actually stumbled upon a way to create general relative intelligence through Minecraft? And is this fact being hidden away from people in fears that it could lead to a lot of outcry? A select few Minecraft players believe this might just be the case. While today Minecraft is a worldwide phenomenon for all ages, it actually had very humble beginnings. Notch was doing a programming contest where he quickly coded up what he called at the time Cave Game, which was the early predecessor for what would eventually become Minecraft. The weird thing though is, it can sometimes be hard to actually find videos of the game during this time, as the pre-classic Minecraft videos are all censored on Notch's channel. There's no clear explanation as to why this is the case, and there's been no official definitive word on what's happening here. Some have begun to speculate that these videos may actually be hiding a dark secret from the game's past that Microsoft and Mojang don't want to get out, hence why so many cave game videos have been censored. Could it be that the game that originally spawned Minecraft has a heinous secret no one knows about? There's some rumors that even mafia and gang ties were found to this original cave game at its Ludum Dare competition. Either way, it's weird to think that Minecraft started from just this. SCP is an online fan site where thousands of people come together to write fictional stories about an organization known as SCP, or Secure, Control, Protect. They find many strange artifacts and paranormal occurrences around the world and study them to make sure they keep our world safe from monsters and more. In fact, this fan site has gotten so popular that some games like Control from Remedy even base themselves off of some of the stories written by fans. In Minecraft's case though, the most famous of these SCP stories is World Destroyer SCP codename 4335. This entity has somehow found itself trapped in Minecraft and was discovered as far back as 2010. It has a similar model to the player character, but boasts 4 large purple tentacles as well, and glowing yellow eyes. For over a decade now, Task Force Edna 84 has kept this monster in containment by constructing fortifications on the server the monster is on and constantly feeding it pig sacrifices and rare blocks inside of a containment facility using the most rare materials in all of Minecraft. Whenever a server containing SCP-4335 is turned off, it simply vanishes and reappears on another server, this time even more angry. So Edna84 works to figure out how to stop this monstrosity. This is only complicated by the fact that SCP-4335 has the ability to telepathically control those playing on the server. Jesus Christ. And this is known to crash computers even attempting to do so. In fact, upon first contact with this entity, Edna84 scientist Richard Dunchamp made the mistake of looking directly in its eyes, which caused him to hallucinate his keyboard melting away. Over time, it was discovered that this creature had meant to teleport into our world, but by accident landed into the Minecraft universe instead, and thus to this day still haunts the world of Minecraft one server at a time, always with Edna84 on its back. This story gets even more crazy when we consider the fact that Herobrine, Minecraft's most well-known monster who we already spoke about, may actually have been created in order to stop SCP-4335, and that we simply have seen Herobrine in our games on his journey to track down this monster. In fact, some fans have even speculated that SCP-4335 and its energy may have been the birthplace of the Endermen as well. This is what happens when you don't have enough lore in the base game, Mojang. And the last item on my list today is perhaps the biggest mystery of all. Not a creepypasta about a dark and strange figure, and not a theory about the game itself, but rather a look into how one man lied his way to the top, and took over an entire game through deception and a refusal to take responsibility, all resulting in nothing but fame, money, and clout in the end, with no repercussions. That man I am talking about is Dream, and for even people outside of the Minecraft sphere, they know who that is. The guy who gained over 15 million subs back in 2020 and was on top of the world. The breakout star of YouTube, playing with the likes of Mr. Beast and other celebrities. But Dream's path to stardom is paved in blood, as the thing that originally made him so popular in the first place in the Minecraft community, that being speedrunning, was exactly where his lies began. You see, Dream was popular for a specific type of speedrunning he did called any % random seed glitchless, which meant he had to do a speedrun through to the end of the game and roll credits as quickly as possible on a completely new map he had never seen before, every time, and without any glitches to help him. The best way to do this was to find and kill the Ender Dragon, which required building an Ender Portal, which itself required obtaining an item in-game called an Ender Pearl. These pearls are a crucial get for any speedrunner, but the issue is they're really hard to come by naturally. The statistically best way to do this though is bartering with piglins in the Nether and hoping that they give you an Ender Pearl in return. But even this only gives you a small chance of a pearl drop, 2.18% for a 2 to 4 pearl drop per gold bar traded to a piglin, to be specific. The issue with Dream's speedruns was people started to notice that his Ender Pearl drop rates were ridiculously high, which obviously led to him being able to make new speedrunning records within the community. In fact, in one of his runs on a set of 262 trades, Dream received 42 Ender Pearls back, which is much higher than the statistically suspected 12. The chances of this drop rate actually naturally occurring are literally 0.0000804%. And even worse, it was discovered that his Blaze Rod drop chances, when calculated, also only had a 0.00000000472% chance of occurring naturally. After being accused of cheating though, Dream responded with a multiple-page document, professing his innocence and just the great luck he had had. But days later, Minecraft moderators for the speedrunning community unveiled a 29-page document that went into the math behind Dream's runs and showed unequivocally his extremely high degree of quote-unquote luck made no sense. That didn't stop Dream though, as after this he hired a previous Harvard astrophysicist and now practicing professor to help produce a 10-page report and 20-minute video defending his runs. But shortly after this dropped, other mathematicians and scientists started to weigh in on the now viral issue and poked many holes in Dream's reports that once again showed beyond almost a shadow of a doubt either Dream was a liar and a cheater, or quite possibly the most lucky human being to ever have graced Earth. Dream did apologize later, but it was not a sincere apology, and you could tell that he did not care that he had cheated his way all the way to the top. Could it be that the biggest face Minecraft has ever seen only grew to such big heights and popularity because he cheated his way there? Well, yes and no. On one hand, yes, it does look like Dream cheated, but he also was genuinely one of the best players in the game and had an extremely high skill level, and was also amazing at creating good and engaging content. The problem I have with it more personally is that instead of owning up to his mistakes, Dream chose to dig himself into a bigger hole, lying and deceiving an especially young audience into supporting him in his non-stop rise. And when he was caught red-handed, he refused to have the decency and dignity to have grace in defeat. It goes to show just how cutthroat the world of content creation can be at times.